So you've probably Google mapped your house, and you may have even Googled yourself. But have you ever thought about Googling your home? If you're selling your house or thinking about it, you might want to. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Sharon Rosa, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. When you have a second during the video, make sure you subscribe at the bottom. So I want to talk about Google and Googling your home. Now, why would you do this? We Google so many things. Most of us at least have phones and computers, and we turn to Google for everything. But when we're putting our house on the market, we don't think about Googling it first. And you should, because your buyers will. And so it's nice to know what they're going to see or find out about your home or your neighborhood when they Google it. So when somebody is searching for a home, there are a couple of things that they can find pretty easily on the internet. When they go to search for a neighborhood or your street name, and maybe your house comes up or your neighbor's house comes up, one of the things that they can find is it on the market? That does sound pretty solid, right? But that's not always the case. There are times when people use addresses as scams. And I'll give you an example. This happened to one of my clients. I had a person who was thinking of buying a house. They weren't my client yet, but I knew them. And they found a house on an obscure website, and it was a for sale by owner, supposedly. They called the home, and the person wasn't selling their house and was actually kind of angry that they were able to be contacted because it was a number and it seemed legitimate, and it was not. And so this person that I knew asked me if I could look it up. And after doing some digging, I said, it's not on the multi-list. It is nowhere. It is not a house that's on the market. So you might want to just Google your address to see if someone somewhere is saying that it's for sale when you haven't even put it on the market yet. Another thing is people will look to see what the crime is in a neighborhood. And you might want to know that as well. Even if you're not planning to sell, you might want to know, where your neighborhood or where your house in that neighborhood rates as far as the crime that exists there. So that is something else people will look at. Another thing people will be able to discover is if a particular neighborhood or even a street is going to be having some kind of development near or around it. And sometimes those things are good if a new shopping mall is being built, and that's going to, improve the ability to be able to get groceries and things like that from where you live. Sometimes it can be an added exchange from the interstate that might make getting places easier from your home. Other times it might be negative things, something that has environmental impact. Regardless, you want to be aware of those things, because when potential buyers come through, they might ask those questions, and your real estate agent will find out those things as well, but you might want to know. And finally, what everybody does is you want to find out what homes that have sold in your neighborhood were sold for. And you can Google that and generally find that out online. And then that gives you an idea of where you might want to list your house. That is another thing, obviously, that a real estate agent is going to be able to do, and be able to drill down more to the apples to apples comparisons of homes in your neighborhood, as opposed to if you're in an area where there are lots of different styles of home and lots of price ranges of homes. You want to obviously make sure that you are looking at things that are very comparable to what you are planning to put on the market. And that's it. If you have any questions, I'm Sharon Rosa. You can email me at sharonrosa@kw.com. You can always, to find out any information about listings, go to my website, The Berg Living, and look up properties that are in your neighborhood. If you, like I said, have any questions, make sure you send me an email. Please subscribe at the bottom of the page, and I will see you here next Friday. Thanks.